Fair enough. In terms of, as we have talked about, there's a bunch of things that you've been able to achieve while you've been here at Briscoes for 4 years. How has technology helped you with that stuff? Because, as a multi-site company, so many people, health and safety is getting a little bit more easier because of some of the new technology that's coming out. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's being helped by a little bit of more technology. Can you talk us a little bit more about how you have used technology at Briscoes to drive health and safety?
Yeah. So our starting point was to work on our effectiveness. So we were very manual, so low tech at that point.
Right.
A lot of pen and paper.
Spreadsheets.
Very much so. So Excel was our friend in terms of cataloguing and using that then to analyse the data and really get to the crux of what the issues and opportunities were. So very quite fundamental, but what I would say is they're often widely available. So people saying technology is not available to me is not an excuse, not an acceptable excuse for why we can't do better at safety. So we worked really hard around manual systems supported by quite generic technology.
So initially you were trying to make the manual systems work quite well, right?
Exactly. So effectiveness first and then efficiency second. We then got to a point of maturity where we went, we've probably got sufficient disciplines and good processes in place in the business. We also empathise with they can be time consuming, but people understand that they are time consuming, but they still need to be done and they're worth doing because of the positive end results. And then we looked for how can we then leverage technology to help us take the next step. So my mantra is often effectiveness, then efficiency, and then the benefits you get from the efficiency enable you to have the capacity to look for what is the next step in effectiveness.
Right, okay.
We worked with an external consultancy to help us identify in the market what platforms were available to assist us, and we were really clear around what our requirements were. In general, we're relatively low tech as a business, so we wanted something that was intuitive and easy to use, widely accessible, and was going to provide us the efficiencies that we were looking for without adding in a whole new set of obligations and requirements for excessive administration in the background and that. Totally. And out of that, we ended up with a very clear leader, which was ecoPortal, and we're now well advanced on our implementation with that. What we liked about the ecoPortal product, intuitive to use, which really important when you've got 2,000 odd people across the who work a multitude of days, hours, etc. It's robust. It's software as a service from our perspective. So again, it has a very low IT requirement inside our business. We've had great support. Again, we love the fact that it's a New Zealand company.
10 minutes down the road.
Correct. So there's a lot to be said for local. But it's not just that. The product earned its right to be the selected product. We've had a pretty good implementation experience. It's going to enable us to do a raft of things that we do manually now, including visitors who sign in here at our support office will be able to do that on the ecoPortal platform. But it enables us to do things like to quickly know that an incident has taken place or a near miss has happened in order to then manage it if it needs management, avoid it happening elsewhere if that's what the requirement is, to escalate it to the necessary people to ensure that the right stakeholders are engaged and involved in managing, investigating, addressing and preventing further incidents. So it's pretty rich. So we're still at I'd consider relatively early stages of that journey, but the opportunity that it provides for us is enormous. And the great thing is it's not overly complicated because we're not a business that goes for complication.